Welcome back to the Gladiators pregame show. Right now it's time for Coach's Corner, brought to you by Miller Lite with Gladiators head coach Jeff Pyle. Coach, Gladiators a 3-2 win over the Florida Everblades on Saturday night. It seemed like a pretty standard start over the past couple of months for the Gladiators, down 2-0. But again, the fourth come-from-behind win for the Gladiators this season. Talk about that game on Saturday. It seemed like the huge save from Josh Johnson sort of got the boys fired up and sort of turned the momentum around in that contest.
Well, I thought early we were a little tentative, but I thought we played okay. You know, we did a lot of things well. We weren't turning the puck over. Then we give them that first goal, which, ends up being a breakdown, but, it's going to happen sometimes. That's part of the game, and, you kind of live with it. And then, I thought we, for about the first half of the game, we struggled a little bit. You could see our confidence was down, but still we were playing solid, and you could see we were kind of fighting through. And I just told the guys, we can't give away the game. This is a good test for us, and it's a good chance for us to show what type of team we really are. And then the 2-0 after playing, keeping it close, the 2-0 hits the skate. We don't stop and get it. It ends up in the back of our net, and with that team, that's what's going to happen. But I give the team credit. They could have quit and really started to struggle, but instead we kept battling. Then I think the play by Sully, the goal by Sully, was huge. It got the crowd into it, and it got us back, down by one, and then you turn around coming into the third period, and I thought the second period we took control of the game, and I thought in the third, we kept going in that same direction, and I felt we got stronger as the game went on, and the power play wasn't great, but still it was much better, and we kept pressure on, and then, we get the break finally after the save by Johnny on the breakaway. That's one thing that we've got to be smarter on. We can't just let guys get behind us. But anyway, Johnny makes the save, and now we're back in this thing. And Cavs scores, maybe a half minute later. Now it's a 2-2 game. And then right after that, the next shift, a great play by Sully to get the puck out. Great pass by Jordan Fox, and great finish by Travis Fuller. So, in the end, we did what we had to do, and I thought it was a great character win for us.
Something to build on, obviously, coming into today's game. Try and keep the momentum going from that game on Saturday as well into practice yesterday and then here today.
Well, with the energy of coming off that win, then naturally we get all the Chicago guys in, which is a great addition. And I think we'll probably be a little bit out of rhythm, but I just hope the energy is good and we work hard. If we do that, I like our situation and I like the guys we got, and we're just going to get better as we go now.
Talk about that, the affiliation with the Chicago Blackhawks. How'd that come about, and what do the Gladiators benefit from that?
Well, we were fortunate enough that they kind of called us and asked what our situation was, and we didn't have that many contracted guys, so there was a way to fit it in. And, it all kind of came together fairly quick, and it was just a matter of what the situation in Fresno was going to turn out to be, and then we got it done, and I just it gives us another opportunity to add some very talented young players coming out of a very, very good organization, and it'll add us, so now we have depth, and I can put a little more pressure on the guys when they're not doing it the way I want them to do it. So bottom line, it's just going to make us a better team, and the guys have got to learn to sacrifice as a team so we can get better, and I think that's going to be the difference.
One of those prospects sent down from the Blackhawks is netminder Joe Fallon. That brings 3 goaltenders now in the Gladiators lineup. What's your plan with the netminding situation with 3 guys?
Well, right now with the way it's been lately, you have a situation where a guy could get called up at any time, and I'm going to try to get a hold of people in the American League, see if they need anybody like a Josh Johnson right now. And I'd like to try and keep 3 for a couple of weeks just to make sure in case Kevin goes up or Joe has to go back up that we're not scrambling for an emergency backup. We end up having to give up a player, let a player go that normally I probably would want to keep. But in the situation where we may get a guy down, somewhere down the line too, I wanted to keep room there. So I'm really just kind of covering our the back end a little bit and making sure that we're, we don't lose a guy and end up shorthanded.
Talk about any one of the other guys that you get down from Chicago that, you're looking forward to being able to throw into the lineup.
Well, anytime you can get 2 solid defensemen like, Brennan Turner and J.C. Sawyer, it excites you because now that adds depth and we should be better defensively. And then you had 2 forwards like Adam Birdie and Adam Hobson. Adam Birdie played 2 games in the NHL, so that speaks for itself. And Adam Hobson is just a great prospect that's going to come in here. He played a little bit with Scheller and I think with Stazer, so I think he'll fit in here real well also. So again, you're getting 4 good players in your lineup, and then Joe Fallon, a young goalie, big young goalie that I know is going to do well here too. So from a standpoint, if I'm in that locker room, I see the upgrades, and I'd be pretty excited about them.
Talk about tonight's game against the Seawolves. Gladiators, 7th of 7 in this month of December against Mississippi, but a lot of things have changed since the last time the Gladiators faced them to tonight's game. Your thoughts coming into tonight's contest against Mississippi?
Well, it's a huge game. Now we're out of the playoff spot. We win tonight. We're back in the playoff spot, so we control our own destiny tonight. It's a chance for us to step up. They've had 3-3. We had a day off yesterday, so we've got to come out hard. We've got to be physical. We cannot turn the puck over. We've got to be disciplined. And then, again, like I've always said, we've got to be aggressive to the net and finish. And if we do those things and play hard, again, I've always said I'll live with the results. And, again, it's a good test for our team, and it's the challenge we need right now.
Gladiators head coach Jeff Pyle joining us right here on Coach's Corner. We'll take a break, bring it back, and continue. You're listening to Gladiators Hockey right here on the Sports Voice of North Georgia, WDUN News Talk 550.